Hey everybody, it is July 2026 and it's time for Philosophy of a Photo Artist. We got 5 major things to talk about. One is going to be our big thank you. Number 2, we got some news about Adobe, and also what the heck does this guy, David Blaine the magician, have to do with photography? And number 4 is we're going to take a look at some of your subscribers' images that you sent in to me. And finally, a particular software now supports a plugin. Are we ready for this and more? Wait a minute. There's not more. That's it. Are we ready? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist, pushing ourselves out of the box creatively. All right, some of this stuff is going to be a repeat because there are some new people here. We have to understand that. And every month, I think it's important that we actually give a shout out and say thank you to the people that have been helping support this channel right here. Because again, it's a very small channel. And this is a list of the supporters from last month for the month of June. So everybody, again, thank you very much for donating to the channel. The new people, if you don't know this, we can actually go to a particular website, which I'll show you in a few seconds here. And it's buymeacoffee.com/Stephen Photo Artist. The link here is on the bottom of the screen, but it's also in the show notes of this video. So again, there's a list of people that subscribed or helped support the channel, I should say, from last month in June. And here's where you would go. Again, let's just take a look at this on the internet. And again, the website's right here, and it's buymeacoffee.com/Stephen Photo Artist. This is the main page. This will be the home page. And this section's right here. If you want to donate 1, 3, 5 coffees right there, just click on the button to add that. If you'd like to, go to the extra tab here at the very top. You'll see a bunch of little templates. A lot of these are suggestions from you people asking things like this one right here, this template. So if you're curious about a template, click on the thumbnail, and then there's a link to a promo video that will help explain what's it about and what you're going to get for, in this example, the $5. If it sounds interesting, you just click on add a cart, cash out with a debit or credit card. And it's another way of supporting a channel. That way you're getting something in return. Okay, so again, the people that have supported the channel from last month, thank you very much. And now let's go into some news about Adobe, because I got quite a few emails regarding this. Are we ready? Let's do it. All right, the second thing we're going to talk about right here is, if you haven't heard about the news, this was a few weeks ago, I got slammed with emails about my thoughts about what's going on, and I have no inside information, but Adobe has bought out Topaz Labs. Now, again, I'm getting questioned, what if I own the standalone programs, how that's going to affect me? I have no idea, what's going to happen there. I'm sure your program's still going to work, but in the future, are they going to update that? I have no idea. Okay, so time will tell. If you're a software company that is using Topaz technology within it, or you're thinking about it, well, you're going to have to get the approval and rights from Adobe now, and Adobe's going to make money on that. That's all I know, and time will tell as to what's going to happen. So let's move on to the third issue, and that is, what in the heck does David Blaine have to do about the philosophy of a photo artist? Are we ready for this one? Let's do it. Okay, for the new people that may not know this, I put out this video once a month on a Saturday called The Philosophy of a Photo Artist. And it's sort of, we chill out, relax, and just try to cover some news and things that have been happening for the last month, plus recognizing people that want to send in images. I'll talk about that because we're going to take a look at some images that you, the subscribers, have sent to me. So I want to showcase that for you. But I saw an interview with the magician David Blaine. If you don't know who he is, he's pretty well known worldwide. This is the gentleman right there. And on the interview, he was talking about different issues, and he said that he really enjoys when he's walking around, say, a major city, and people recognize him, and they come up to him, and they'll say, "Hey, David, can you do a trick for us, whatever?" And he loves doing it because he says, it's a way for me to practice, and practice makes me better. And what I like about making better is there's no ceiling on better. And I thought, wow, I love that philosophy and attitude, because we can apply that to our photography, right? If we just go out and we shoot more and experiment more, work in Photoshop or your favorite software more and more, that's practice, and we get better at that, and there's no ceiling on better. So I love that, and it's just like really a life philosophy that you could apply to anything, right? Anybody's job, or if you're into sports, or again, for us as photo artists, as a photographer. And the other thing that I want to talk about that has nothing to do with David Blaine, but it's something that I came up with out of frustration with, I would say, two photographers that I sort of hang with once in a while. And they're strictly photographers. They're not classified as photo artists. And again, if you're new to this channel, we define a photo artist as somebody who uses a camera and software that create our art and vision. And we only follow one rule as a photo artist, and that is there are no rules, okay? We're typically a photographer, especially if you're a journalist or documentary, there's certain rules that you have to follow there. But as I say, a general photographer, a lot of them like to follow some rules and stuff, and that's fine. There's nothing against that. But we as photo artists, we just say, forget those rules. We don't apply nothing to any rules. We're going to do what we want to do, that kind of stuff. So I was brought into trying to be sneaky into an argument. So two photographers, I'm not going to talk about what they were debating and arguing about that had to do about photography. It's a couple of people I hang with once in a while, and they were just going at it back and forth, and they turned and looked at me and said, "Hey, Steve, who is right?" And I came back, and I don't know where this came from, and I said, "You're both wrong, and you're both right, I should say. So you're both wrong and you're both right." And they looked at me sort of strange. I said, "Look, what's right for him over here is wrong for you. And what's right for you is wrong for him. So you're both wrong and you're both right. And you need to stop that nonsense between each other." And I find it's the same thing when I do things, say in Photoshop or photography or whatever. A lot of things I do it my way. It doesn't mean it's the only way, but it's right for me. And a lot of the things that I do that's right for me is going to be wrong for some of you people out there. And what's right for you is wrong for me. Okay? So there's no right or wrong. We're both right. We're both wrong. So I just don't know why people got to push this issue on things and all these ridiculous debates on stuff. So it really doesn't matter. Do what you love to do and just have a good time. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So let's take a look at let's see, I had a list here. Oh, we're going to take a look at your images that you people had sent me. So are we ready? Let's do it. All right, as a quick reminder for the people who are new to the channel, please feel free, if you wish, to send an image or two. And I have to limit it to two. But if you want to do it like a before and after, that just counts as one. But feel free to send that to me. Share with you what you learned from this channel. And the major rule here is that there's no critiquing of images at all. And the reason is everybody experience level is at different levels here. Some have more than others, and it's not fair to really judge anybody. So I want people to have a good time, be proud of what you're doing, and then just keep building on this and get better and better. Keep practicing and pushing yourself to another level in your photo art career. All right, so let's take a look at some images here. And we got two of them here from Stephen Comstock. Hopefully I'm saying the last name correctly. All right, Stephen, so you touched my heart on this one big time. I was a very avid sailor. When I was younger, I was a member of the American Sailing Institute chapter right here in the state of Michigan. I was involved in just day sailing and racing. I was actually in the Detroit Edison race, and we came in first place on the team that we had. That was years ago. But I just get me on a boat, sailboat, and I don't want to come back. It's quiet. You can hold a conversation with people. Nice job. I love the feel and look of this image. The next image you sent me, again, great job. I love when people just change things that don't look like a normal photograph, starting to look like a painting and stuff. And I could tell that you're having fun with this. Be proud of what you're doing. You just keep up the good work. The next one is from Nicholas, I believe. And I love the fact that something that you learned from this channel. And I love the fact that you're allowing the viewer to see the name, like the city of Monticello. I love that little touch right there. I love the colors, though, in this. It works really, really well. So great job. And this one, this is from Art. Let's see, Silvergate. Art, I'm just going to tell you something. You're going to hit me with something that could be taken the wrong way. But I've been into bicycling, or I should say biking, the last 4 years. This is my 4th year. And I am on a electric bike. I have to because of my age, and I need some pedal assist where I go because there's a lot of uphills, battles, and stuff like that. So, but I just got addicted to biking, and in fact, I just got done back from doing 15 miles here this morning. I love the use of the colors here, the different colors you have in the film strip with the major one right here. Beautiful job. I love it. Great job. Next one is from Ren. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. Ren was the one that introduced me to this reflection. He says, how would you build that and stuff? And I did that, but he went back in and took the information from this channel and made the images landscape style rather than the portrait style. And Ren did a great job. Love what you're doing. Keep up the good work, and let's take a look at another one. Again, I liked, you know, I've gone through this before. I like the fact that you did the vehicles in color to make them pop, to stand out over the background, which is black and white. And again, this is one of the templates, the 3 templates from the buymeacoffee.com. So great job on that. And then I think the next one, I have a bit of an apology, and that is Susan. It's not pronounced Ewart. It's Uart. I think that's the way you pronounce it, Uart. I think you corrected me on an email, so I really apologize on that. So Susan, great job. What I like about this has almost like a graphic design element to the image in here. And in the next one, same thing. Just the texture you put in there, putting the text in there, the word vase, it just has that sort of part photography, part graphic design element in the images there. So great job. Thank you for sharing those images. And again, for the ones that are new to the channel, feel free to send a JPEG images, but let's limit it to 2 major images, and share what you've learned from the channel. And again, there's absolutely no critiquing. I want everybody to feel safe that you can send anything, because again, our skill levels are all different. And especially if you're just starting out, you might think, oh, I don't want to send nothing in. Don't have that attitude. Be proud of what you're doing at where you're at in photography and as a photo artist. I always encourage people just to keep pushing yourself and keep doing what you love to do. All right, thank you very much. Now we're getting into the last area. Finally, hallelujah, I can celebrate. And that is somebody's now supporting a particular software. I'm going to do a quick demo for you and end this video. So again, thank you for sending in the images. All right, everybody, the last issue of the month over here has to do with finally, and I've been bugging them for a while now, and that is Affinity, because I do have a few people that are using Affinity here. And I'm just going to go over here to Affinity real quickly just to show you a quick demo. And that is, I'm just going to double click on the workspace. It's just a way I like to open up an image. This is just a stock image. And when this opens up, I have layers over here on the far right side. I'm just going to do Control J. There should be Command J on a Mac. Oops, let me make sure I'm on that. So it's just a quick way of duplicating it. And finally, some of you people know this, some don't. I've been finally approved with a software that's a major plugin that I have been using for years, since 2020 for Photoshop. And that is Boris FX Optics. And I was actually a beta tester for them back in 2020. As a beta tester, you don't get paid, but you're using a software. You're not supposed to expose it to anybody else, general public and that. And you're supposed to find glitches and issues and make suggestions. And then for that, the payoff is you got a super discount when the software is ready, and you got it like a couple weeks before the general public can do it. It never would work as a plugin to Affinity. And I had Affinity people asking me, are they ever going to? And I know the product manager of Boris FX, and I kept bugging her about that, and she knew about it. Finally, we have it. So if you have Affinity, if you get Boris FX, and by the way, as an affiliate, I just got approved as an affiliate. So hopefully I'll have more information about that by the end of July to get set up on that. But what you do in Affinity is go to the pixel drop-down menu here. Go to a category called filters, and on the flyout, you will see an area here called plugins, and then there is Boris Effects Optics. And I'm not going to go through the software. I just want to show you that it now supports optics as a plugin, opens up, and just quickly, I'll just go to a category here. Again, this is not a proper demo. Be able to just go to, I don't know, film effects, and just pick something like this. And then I'll just choose down here in the lower right-hand corner to apply that, just so you can watch it. It will round trip and take it right back into to Affinity right here, and I can turn the layer on and off. So hallelujah. Finally, because I've been bugging them for a long time that they need to make sure that this would work with Affinity as a plugin, because Affinity is a good program. I don't use it professionally. I have it because it's free, and I've looked at it, so I'm not proficient at all in it at all, but I just think it's a great product. It's a great alternative to if you choose not to use Photoshop. I mean, what the heck? Just a quick note on that. A lot of the templates I have are what they call a PSDT file format. That's a template format that does not work in Affinity. If you go to the file name, if you rename it and just lap off the letter T, so it's a .psd, it should work fine in Affinity. All right, people. So this is the end of the Saturday edition of Philosophy of a Photo Artist. We'll get back to our normal videos on a Wednesday. Till then, everybody get that camera out. Let's work hard and let's think creatively out of the box. And I mean literally out of the box. Till next time, see ya.